Fellas, I am cooked. But that's okay because if we were recording this live, it is currently 9:45 at night for me, and if we were there live and you were watching live, you would be cooked too. So I'm not alone. Welcome to Ramblers Radio, episode 5. With that being said, we do have a lot of Star Wars news to talk about. This episode, we don't really have a central topic. We're just kind of going to be branching off and talking about multiple topics that we think are relevant right now and that we just find very interesting. So, Code, let's do a roundtable. How we doing? How's it been?
Hey man,
Yep.
it's been pretty good. Just going through it right now. We're hyped for Classic Collection, hyped for Fortnite season. It's gonna be great. My hair is way too long. I need to cut it, but we're here. We're doing this. Let's get into it.
Yep. So before we get into our segments, just a quick shill. If you guys are enjoying the episodes, please make sure to leave a like on YouTube, subscribe if you are a consistent viewer, and if you are listening on Spotify, give us a rating. Show us how you think of the show. We greatly appreciate any feedback, good and bad, because good means that we have the encouragement to just push forward, and then if there's criticism of the show, that means we know what we think we can do better. And yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. So if you are enjoying the show, just go ahead and do all that above. Ring the bell for future episodes. I'm currently on a bad schedule in terms of uploading. I still do not have episode 3 on Spotify because the file corrupted when I tried to upload it. When I tried to upload the sound file,
Terrible.
so I'll keep trying to do that. And I still don't even have episode 4 uploaded right now, even though as we are recording, it shows that it is uploading on YouTube. So yeah, that being said, I will definitely get back to consistently getting that down like I was in the beginning. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. Let's get into our news segment. What we got, Code? Show me.
Oh man, it's been quite a week. I'll say that much. I don't know how my audio is, but it's been quite a week, man. Ups and downs, the whole thing. Um, So to start off, the news that everybody's talking about right now, the EA layoffs, the Respawn layoffs, the Respawn Star Wars FPS game getting canceled. Really tragic stuff. We'll talk a little bit deeper into that later. But basically, for the gist of it is, I have a quote here. EA is sunsetting games and moving away from development of future licensed IP that we do not believe will be successful in our changing industry. Basically, EA doesn't think that Star Wars is a profitable company or a profitable can't even think profitable IP. So that's really unfortunate, but it's EA. But basically, EA is laying off hundreds of employees, and essentially, they're basically saying that they don't believe Star Wars is a profitable IP. They said that they are going to be, quote, sunsetting games and moving away from development of future licensed IP that we do not believe will be successful in our changing industry. So they straight up just said they don't think Star Wars is going to be profitable, which I think is super silly, but it's EA. Next piece of news, the BitReactor strategy game has got some more news. The game that no one has ever talked about, that nobody wants.
Yep.
They said they came out and said that it was unaffected by the layoffs. They are not owned by EA, but they are in collaboration with Respawn making this game, but they are their own company. But they are unaffected by the layoffs, and it will not be canceled. They also, some more news came out about some of the people working for this game. The developer, what's his name? Aaron Treyas, I don't know if I said his name right, is working on the strategy game, and he was actually the narrative director of the 2 Jedi games. So that's really exciting. This game might have a really good story. We'll see where that goes.
Yep.
And as well as, I'm going to mispronounce his name as well, Danish Syed, he was the principal UI designer for the Jedi games, and he's doing the art directing for this game. So that's going to be really interesting. This game might be decent, might not. We'll see what happens. Um,
Yep.
Next up, the CEO of BitReactor came out and he said that he wants it to be an amazing game that just happens to be strategy. And he also said that he wants it to be welcoming to all players and not discourage them into getting in a strategy game for like being too smart for them, you know.
Yep.
Um, so that's it. No one has really talked about this much. It's kind of flown under the radar, but I thought I threw it in there for all three of you strategy game fans.
Yeah.
Next piece of news is a bit of a sadder one. Mark Dodson passed away last night at the age of 64. He
Oh
voiced
wow.
Salacious B. Crumb, a couple of the different Ewoks, and he also voiced the Gremlins in the Gremlin movie. So that's really
Oh
tragic.
really? Yeah.
Yeah, don't want to go too
Yeah.
much into it, but
Rest in
yeah,
peace, Mr.
that's the
Dodson, for
gist.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah, you will be missed. So in other news, I didn't want to end on a sad note, so we're gonna do some more housekeeping. Bad Batch episode 5 comes out this Wednesday the 6th. If you're watching this, it's probably already out. And the Classic Collection March 14th. We know this. Our
Yep.
last piece of news has to do with the Classic Collection. If you didn't know, a lot of people were concerned that the Xbox DLC that they were using was actually a stolen mod. Because in the trailer the animations were like the wrong animations and it resembled this mod. But they did come out and say that it will not be a mod, it will be the actual source material. They just used the mod for the trailer because they made the trailer like months ago. So the trailer's pretty old. They made it. But it will be the actual content. It won't be a mod, if anyone was wondering. But there you go. That's all our news for this week. Really jam packed. Tried to get through it quick, but let's move on.
Yep. We're gonna have multiple topics today, including the Bad Batch episode, season 3, episode 4. Very good episode. We probably wouldn't have talked about it today on this episode if it wasn't such story advancing, I'd say.
Yeah.
Everything in the Bad Batch right now is going so fast. And honestly, I think it's living up to my prediction. I haven't said this on the podcast directly, but I am predicting that season 3 will be the best Bad Batch season, and I would probably assume that
Yeah.
you probably have to agree with me.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
so yeah, it's kind of living up to it so far, and I'm really excited to see what they got going on. Yep.
Yeah.
But before we get to that, I want to talk about Electronic Arts and their managing of Battlefront. Something that has been a very popular and unpopular topic over the last 9 years, I'd say, since they released Battlefront 1 back in 2015. Uh, so, there have been many reasons to be upset with EA over the past 9 years with Battlefront. First, Battlefront 2015, uh, be, they ended up releasing the game with just such few content. People were dying to see more, specifically from eras outside the original trilogy. They ended up never doing that with that game. And also, they added a season pass that costed as much as the game at the time, and it had more content in it than the base game itself, which I don't really think makes sense to have a season pass that has more content than the real game. Uh, so yeah, those were the main gripes with Battlefront 1. Battlefront 2 faced even more criticism, and I mean like exponentially more, in the sense of having a very bad progression system, along with paywall heroes with credits, along with microtransactions, along with just you literally could not progress the way that you wanted to at the beginning of the game, to the point where they literally had to rework the entire progression system. Name another shooter game that's had to do that. Name another
It
one.
was probably the most controversial video game launch of all time. I'm saying it right there.
Yeah, yeah,
Several countries and Disney themselves came in. Countries, I think it was like Sweden, stuff like that. They specifically because of this game, a lot of countries got really fed up with loot boxes and the
Yeah.
whole child gambling issue. So this game really set off a lot of different things.
Right.
Yeah, very controversial.
Yeah. And then, of course, another thing that was really controversial. I don't think it was nearly as controversial as the launch of Battlefront 2, but something that is also very controversial was the ending of Battlefront 2 in favor of Battlefront 2042, which, by the way, was a game that experienced a net loss.
Yep.
Name another tier 1 shooter game that experienced a net loss. That is so bad. And that
Yep.
might honestly be the reason why we get into this next topic of EA having to lay off 670 of their employees, thus
Yep.
leading to the cancellation of Respawn's first person shooter game in order to speed up development for the third edition of the Star Wars Jedi game trilogy. I don't think EA has looked this bad since 2017. They
Yeah.
look really bad right now.
Yeah.
Uh, in the sense of if you did not let go of DICE and you didn't let go of Battlefront 2, I don't think you're in this situation right now. I really don't.
Yeah.
Because considering you want to consider the other facts. In 20 they ended Battlefront 2 in April of 2020. They released the final patch in June of 2020. You want to know what else came out that year? Season 2 of The Mandalorian, which was by far the biggest hit of Star Wars that we've seen since the Disney era, I would say. Like
Yep. Since Force Awakens.
that season was such a big hit that it drew, I would say it had to draw like millions of fans back to Star Wars, continuing more revenue for Disney, and thus people, children that love video games, they got drawn back to Star Wars because of it. And then when that happens after you end Battlefront 2, you do not look very good. You look really
Yeah.
bad. And
Yeah.
then I don't blame him for the others. Jedi Fallen Order was really good. I think it's a really good idea to have such a high definition single player game about a Jedi. That's like amazing. Jedi Survivor was also a massive success, even though there was controversy the of the gameplay availability for specifically for PC players because their PC was just trash and they wanted to complain that EA and Respawn were not doing a good job because of it. There's a reason why you can't play that game on Xbox One and PS4.
Yeah.
There's a reason, and if your PC sucks, then I'm sorry, that's not their problem.
Yeah.
It's just how the game is. That game's huge. There's a lot of exploration to do, and that's why it was so many gigabytes, and that's why not a lot of people could play it. Uh, there's a lot more I can talk about there, but I'm not gonna go too far into it now. EA just they have a lot of soul searching to do to the point where I wouldn't even blame it at that point where after the release of the third Star Wars Jedi series game for that trilogy, I would think that Kathleen Kennedy would probably want to just withdraw from EA entirely because Andrew
Yep.
Wilson, the CEO of EA, has done a horrendous job from the start of managing Star Wars,
Yeah.
and it's just not been good. All right, you
Yeah.
can you can give your thoughts about it if you want. That's just all I have to say.
Yeah. Yeah. We're real passionate about this. Okay. Put yourself in the seat of EA in 2012. You are literally handed the key to the city, the golden key. You get to make Star Wars games exclusively for 10 years. Any other normal, sane company would jump on that, put all their resources into that, try to capitalize on that as much as they possibly could, and EA completely butchered it. They put us through the worst era Star Wars games have ever seen. over the 10-year period. It was pathetic. I mean, you went over a lot of the stuff, a lot of the main stuff, but I think EA really just played their cards terribly here. I think, especially with the cancellation of Battlefront 2 in its prime, mind you, the potential for that game, that was literally the flagship game of the franchise at this point. That was the game that people go to when they want to play a Star Wars multiplayer game, and you cut it off. There were ways to make money from that. I think they were so terrified to create another controversy that they were just terrified of monetizing it. There are ways to do it right. I think EA just really they made a huge mistake. They canceled that game. They went to Battlefield, had a net loss, which is that never, like you said, that never happens with the AAA game. They had a net loss, and then they just start firing people because they have nothing else to do. I mean, like you said, I think if we had a Battlefront game right now that was carrying the franchise that could keep the Star Wars gaming legacy going, I think they would be in a much better space right now. But I think they're so hyper fixated on this. Oh, they only want single player games because they're so scared from the huge controversies of the two Battlefront games that they're like fixating on the Jedi games. And I mean, we love the Jedi games here. I mean, they're some of my favorite games of all time. But do I think they should be the only Star Wars games? Absolutely not. I think, I think EA they pushed themselves into this corner. They did this to themselves, and this is all they can really do right now.
Yep. So to put this in perspective, last episode, of course, we talked a lot about Battlefront. I didn't necessarily go into my history. Battlefront 1, I have over 1,250 hours played.
Ooh. Oh
On
baby,
unofficial rankings for Xbox, I was considered top 50 in the world, and I was only about 14, 15 years old.
yeah, he was the goat.
Battlefront Battlefront 2. You thought Battlefront 1 was a lot. Battlefront 2, I have over 1,400 hours played.
Yeah,
I've played a majority of that with this guy that I'm sharing the screen with, along with a couple others. And I have been invested in that game for every single minute that I have played on that game. And I'm not so invested now because of Electronic Arts.
yeah,
That's what I'm
yeah.
gonna leave it for. We'll
It's
move it.
really
We're gonna go ahead and
tragic.
move on. Yeah.
Yeah,
All right. Next segment we want to talk about. Let's talk about the Bad Batch for a little bit. So,
let's do it.
episode 4 uh surpassed my expectations. I am very sure
Oh
they
yeah,
surpassed yours for sure.
yeah.
Uh so in case you don't know, spoilers for episode 4 if you haven't watched it yet, even though it's been out for 5 days and more, so when this episode gets recorded or uploaded, my bad. Uh, the Hunter, Wrecker, and Omega are now reunited in episode 4 out of 15. I don't think anybody expected it to happen so fast, but that's not necessarily a bad thing because you would have if it weren't, you'd have multiple episodes where it just gets crawled out and crawled out. And honestly, I think we're pushing toward Dave Filoni is pushing towards the greater goal of the show, which is to show the clone rebellion, which I
Yep.
think uh even though it seemed like from trailers that the rescue of Omega would be the main story, that wouldn't be a story for like I would say more than like 10 episodes cuz like what's Omega going to do? She's not going to have much development by just staying on that in that cell on Tantus. You know, it's not really going to do much. And we saw from the first clip that was released from episode 1 of the show with the Omega and Crosshair clip how they were going to see if they can plan an escape. And even though that was sort of to be expected, I'm glad it happened. They're very fast. I'm glad there was a 3 episode premiere to where they wouldn't leave us hanging with that. And then we're here. And now Another thing, which I think is more significant, Crosshair is back with the Bad Batch. We knew it was going to happen because Crosshair is literally in his old armor in the show,
Yeah, yeah,
uh, which I think is cool because I think out of the original Bad Batch, I think he has the coolest armor design, besides maybe Tech. I'd say. I think all of them is just I think all of them are just really cool, but I think Crosshair is the one I have that I like the most. And it's gonna be really weird to see how they interact in episode 5. It's one that I know both of us are really looking forward to. And not only
yeah.
that, next week we have two episodes to watch, episodes 6 and 7, which is gonna be really cool. It's gonna be really cool to see. This show is heating
Yep.
up, and we are here for the ride. I feel like I've been more engaged with this show more than I ever was with seasons 1 or 2, and I'm glad for that because that's how most shows should be. Then they shouldn't
Yeah.
be super peak at the beginning and then like you become like less and less engaged and interested throughout the show. The Bad Batch honestly has been the opposite of that.
The
They have
Mandalorian.
they have really high peaks in season 1, but it's sort of inconsistent. Season 2 was more consistent with really high peaks as well. And then it's looking like season 3 is going to have the highest of highest peaks. And I am all here for it. Code, what were your thoughts of this episode?
Oh man, yeah. This was a great episode. I of course everybody's talking about the end of the episode where they all reunite. I think that was a really great scene. It was a really emotional scene. Um, and I'm really curious to see what happens, what the dynamic is going to be. Obviously, they have some sort of not resentment, but animosity towards Crosshair. I mean, they haven't seen him from the Bad Batch's perspective. They have not seen him since Kamino, so it's really been a while.
Yeah.
Um, a big thing for me
And
though is that
yeah.
they're back together in episode 4, which is a huge thing. I hate a lot of shows, Mandalorian, really like to drag these tiny plots out for like an entire season. Um, and I think we can get so much better character development, so much more done when we don't spend a lot of time on these things. And I think that was a really smart move. I can't say I wasn't expecting it, to be honest. But I definitely wasn't expecting episode 4. I was thinking more like episode 6, episode 7,
Yeah.
around the halfway point. Um, what else? I uh, I'm really interested to see where it goes from here. I mean, there's a lot of different ways the show can go at this point. Hemlock's going to be out for blood, um, literally,
Mhm.
and I really look forward. I assume there's going to be Clone Rebellion. I assume that's going to be um, the main plot for this season. And I really just I have faith that they are going to wrap up the clone story really well. This show has only improved, like you said. Every season has gotten better. That's the mark of a good show. Um, the animation, the sound quality, the pacing, it's so great this season. And I
Yeah.
just honestly, I'll eat anything they give me. Pause.
Yeah. Come on, man. All right. So it's really good to like be very amazed with what we've seen so far. And not to mention that, we're gonna be amazed because we know what to expect as far as like characters go. We're going to see
Yeah.
Ventress eventually. We're gonna see Wolf eventually. We're gonna see Cad Bane eventually. Another thing I've
Oof.
been seeing
Fennec
was that a
Shand.
lot of a lot of reactors and sort of people who've analyzed the episode, they are predicting that Hemlock's gonna call on Cad Bane to
Ooh.
go get the Bad Batch, and I think I understand that to a degree because uh I don't think you can only go so far as sending clone commandos and whatnot against the Bad
Yeah.
Batch because it's the Bad Batch against clones like their own their own like kind
They're
they
literally
kind
just
of
better versions of clones.
yeah they kind of just know how they kind of just know how they work, and then TK troopers, I mean, like what better are you gonna do with them, like
Yeah.
they're still new to this military thing. They're like newly recruited, most of them. So seeing that's gonna be
Yeah.
cool. I it's only safe to assume that Cad Bane and Fennec Shand will be featured in the same episode, because I think that would
Mhm.
just be the one that makes the most sense. Uh, and yeah, it's gonna be cool. I'm also really excited to see Ventress. A couple people are saying that Ventress might show up in the next episode because it's titled The Return. But I honestly, even though I predicted that in the past, I think personally it's just the title Return is just talking about Crosshair's
The
reunion with
family.
Hunter and Wrecker.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that's what that's mainly talking about.
Yeah. Same here.
I don't
I
I don't want to
think it,
go. Yeah, I don't want to go too
yeah.
into like a brash prediction, but yeah, that's what I'm thinking about for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that title is definitely more of like a like the return. It's pretty it's in the name. I think it's going to be more of a Bad Batch centered episode, um, where they kind of reunite. Maybe they go on a little side quest or something or further the plot. Who knows? But I can't imagine next week's episode will be too serious. I'd love to eat my words on that, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Um, what else really? Thing with Cad Bane. I think your prediction is pretty spot on. I mean, why else? He's a bounty hunter. Why else would he be in the show? Um, and I think he's already
Mhm.
captured Omega once, so I think he could probably do it again. The problem was
Yep.
it was just Hunter last time. It was just Hunter alone, so he's gonna have to, think outside of the box if he wants to do it again. Um,
Yep.
yeah, really looking forward to this season, man.
Yeah. It's gonna be good. Oh, by the way, little underappreciated, Kevin Kiner. Shout out to you. You have been on your game this season. Everybody
Yeah, he's a
watch.
goat.
Everybody watch the last moment of episode 4. Those
Yeah.
themes are bangers,
Oh,
bro. Those themes are
had me emotional.
incredible. They are
Had me emotional.
incredible. And Kevin
Honestly, he's
Connor.
the next coming. He's the next coming of John Williams, bro. It's insane. Man does beautiful work.
And it's crazy to think how he's the next coming because so he been in the game since 2008 with the Clone Wars. Clone Wars season 1,
Yeah,
Clone Wars, Rebels, Bad Batch, Ahsoka. He did Ahsoka too.
yeah.
Yeah, he's probably I I honestly, as besides obviously the GOAT John Williams, because obviously he's everybody's favorite
I
Star
don't
Wars
think he'll ever
producer.
be surpassed.
John Williams is never going to be surpassed. He has like how
Yeah,
many? He has like how many awards? Like
he has
over.
hundreds of
Yeah,
movies he's done. He's done
yeah.
so many popular music scores.
I'm gonna I'm
He's the
gonna
man.
like I'm gonna like pause real quick. Not like pause the recording, but I'm just gonna see how many awards does John
He's got a
Williams
lot.
have?
I mean, he's done
Uh
everything from Superman to Star Wars to Indiana Jones to Jurassic Park. Like he is the man, bro.
yeah. He is the GOAT composer in my opinion. Yeah, he has 6 Emmy awards and 27 Golden Globe awards.
Yep,
That's and
that's the
73
mark of a
and
icon.
73 Grammys.
Oh
73
my
Grammys.
gosh, 73 Grammys. Wow,
Yeah.
he could have like his own room for all his awards, man. That's
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah. He's the GOAT.
Um,
But Kevin Kiner,
yeah,
we got a bag of composers, man. Kevin Kiner,
he never
like
gets the
yeah,
respect he deserves. To be honest, nobody
yeah.
talks about him.
Yeah, of course
Yeah,
the most popular one is Ludwig Göransson, who has made some
yeah.
iconic themes.
Dun, dun,
Obviously,
dun, 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 dun,
yeah,
dun, dun.
yeah,
Yeah, pretty great. They're both great.
right.
So I think I was really hyped for the Obi-Wan show. This is kind of off topic. I was hyped for Obi-Wan because they were bringing John Williams back. And I'll be honest, Obi-Wan's theme is not that much of a banger. It was not that great.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie.
yeah. Call it what you will. Call it what you will. Um,
That whole
another piece
show
of
was.
another piece of news that I think we could just briefly touch on and talk about. Andor season 2 is confirmed for 2025. Likely probably
Makes
going
sense.
to be the fall. I'm not sure what else there is. I mean, like Ahsoka season 2 has just begun development, so that's probably not till like 2026, I'd say. And then like obviously Tales of the Jedi season 2, but honestly, I think that might be this year and not 2025.
Yeah. I
Um,
think I think Tales season 2 is probably gonna be towards like winter this year, and I
yeah,
think The next show we're gonna get is Acolyte. I do that.
Oh,
That show's been in development. That show's been in development for so long. I hope it comes out this year. Andor,
that
honestly,
yeah, that show has been in development as long as Obi-Wan Kenobi and Ahsoka. I'm pretty sure. It's just
yeah,
that it's in a line.
it's been in hell. It's been in development hell.
Yeah,
But Andor, honestly, they finished filming a few months ago, so hopefully we'll get that out in the first half of the year. As long as it's the same quality,
yeah,
if not better, as season one, I'm willing to wait till 2050,
yeah. Well, I don't know about 2050, but
not 2050.
I I gotta watch it with my kids. Like, you know,
Your grandkids.
I watched season one of this show when I didn't even have kids. Crazy, crazy.
Back when I was a
Yeah,
youngin'.
but Andor season two, there's no doubt in my mind that it's just going to be a banger season. I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, it's gonna be phenomenal, and I assume I don't know. I always had this notion that this is gonna be the last season, but they could do more. But I'm pretty sure this is the second and final season, so let's hope they cook.
yeah, yeah, man. Toby Haynes has done such a good job directing that show.
Yeah,
It's
he's a
going to be
mastermind.
very good. There have been many appeals for him to have a movie of some kind, even though I'm not really sure what that would be. But yeah, yeah. And then other than that, yeah, of course, Mandalorian and Grogu is confirmed for 2026. Of course, that is going to be a really good one. Um, we're not really sure in
Yeah,
terms of the future of the Mandalorian series. I'm not even sure if there's going to be another
I don't.
season, a Disney Plus
Yeah,
season.
I
I
think
don't.
it's over.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna have any more Disney Plus Mandalorian, even though there might be
Yeah,
like there might be like appearances in other shows.
and
Boba,
yeah,
um, yeah,
yeah,
maybe he shows up in Ahsoka season two. That's a big possibility, but
possible.
yeah,
I think they do need some still a big while of setup to do for the Filoni-verse movie, whatever you want to call it, the Rise of the
yeah,
Empire movie.
Heir to
So
the
yeah, we're
throne.
gonna have to
Yeah.
start connecting those tissues pretty soon.
If I were to predict the order, I would say Mandalorian and Grogu will come, and then Ahsoka season two, and then Heir to the Empire will release. If I had
Yeah.
to give one, yeah.
Don't forget about the Ray movie.
Come on, bro. We know nothing about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Ray movie.
Also, the Ryan Johnson trilogy. I'm convinced that that's never gonna happen.
It's
We've
never
known about
happening. They
yeah, we've known about it for what 3 years, I think.
over 3 years since like the
Yeah,
Last Jedi came out.
yeah. It's been out
Dude,
forever, but nobody wants it. Nobody wants it.
you know what's funny? The Ryan Johnson trilogy. This was a couple months ago, if not a year ago, maybe. But Ryan Johnson said that it's still in the works. Like he still wants to do it.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
They
he's
just
hyping
haven't
it.
said anything.
He's just been hyping it up so much for it to just not we for us to just not hear anything about it. Ryan Johnson, I think you're a decently good director. People don't like what you did with The Last Jedi. I personally don't mind it. Some of the stuff, I'll admit, you wet the bed quite a bit. You kind of sucked on some
Yeah,
parts. Cancel Bite, what the heck were you doing with that, brother? My brother. Come on. You
yeah.
got to do better than that.
He
But
he did
Ray
my
and
boy Finn
Kylo,
so dirty.
Ray and Kylo, spot on. Luke Skywalker, I really like his character in that
Yeah,
movie, even though people
yeah.
think his character is ruined. Star Wars theory, I don't give a frick. Get out of my face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, we gotta talk about The Last Jedi, man. Last Jedi, man. Ooh, such not a great movie, but there's
Yeah.
parts of it that are just peak. Like
Yeah.
all the stuff with Luke is so good. The stuff with Rey and Kylo is so good. They just dropped the ball with the Resistance. The Resistance
Right.
is so bad. The Resistance
Yeah.
plot is so bad, and they
Yeah.
wasted Carrie Fisher. This is her last performance alive. They wasted Carrie Fisher. They wasted Poe. Finn got absolutely massacred. They did my boy so dirty. I think Finn really needed some big development in this movie coming off Force Awakens. He was set up to be such a great character,
Yeah.
and they did nothing with him. I didn't want him to sacrifice himself at the end, but at least that would have been better than stop saving what we love, not fighting what we hate.
My favorite line. What do you mean? Yeah. So Ryan
Yeah,
Johnson, you receive a lot of criticism, but you know who should receive more? J.J. Abrams. What were
Yeah.
you doing with the Rise of Skywalker,
JJ
man?
JJ Abrams is one of the worst directors, I'll say it right now, one of the worst directors in modern Hollywood. He makes the same movie over and over and over again. And he has no creativity. He does nothing interesting with his stories. He's just a crowd pleaser. And it's really annoying. The Rise of Skywalker is literally just a bunch of Redditors' ideas put into a movie. Like, oh, I don't like what they did with Luke in The Last Jedi. So let's just, like, get rid of it. Okay? So, like, I don't like that Kylo Ren broke his mask and he's not, like, cool anymore. So he's just gonna he's just gonna put it back on. He's just gonna, just cuz. Why not? He's just gonna put his mask back on. And you know what? We need a big bad guy. I don't like how Snoke was killed, so let's just bring back, the villain that literally died 3 movies ago and ruin Anakin's entire arc.
Legendary rant. If there's a week that I miss an episode and Code has to do an episode by himself, you know what gentleman he's talking about. But I will say, JJ Abrams JJ Abrams did do a decent job with The Force Awakens. I'll say he
Yeah,
set up the trilogy very nice in a very promising way. But then Ryan Johnson didn't want to do what J.J. Abrams did.
yeah,
And then J.J. Abrams threw a little hissy fit and he said, you know what, Ryan Johnson, frick you. I'm going to do this instead.
yep,
And that
yep,
is why the sequel trilogy is not
yep.
good. It's
I
not
think
good.
there were a couple different ways they could have gone. I think if J.J. Abrams got to do his 3 movies, it would have been okay. I think if
No.
Ryan Johnson got to do his 3 movies, it would have been okay. The fact that we switched back and forth and they are both like man children, like J.J. Abrams makes a half decent movie. It's not great, but it sets up for a lot. And then Ryan Johnson just goes, "Oh, I don't want to use any of that. I'm just gonna write my own story." So it basically the middle movie, episode 8, basically progresses nothing with the trilogy. And then we move on to episode 9, and Ryan Johnson's like, no, I want it my way. So he undoes everything. And now we basically have to fit a whole trilogy into one movie.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible.
And before some of you fanboys say, "Oh, but Irvin Kershner directed Empire Strike Back," shut the frick up, man. You know why? Irvin Kershner worked alongside George Lucas because
Yeah.
George Lucas was the executive producer, and
And
he
you know what else? You, they planned the trilogy. George Lucas wrote the whole story before starting, besides like the sibling plot, because that's a little
yeah,
tragic. But he wrote a rough outline of the story, and it didn't matter what director, because they were progressing the story. They in each movie in the sequels, it's like they're trying to tell a different story.
yeah,
That's the problem. And
yeah,
I think it's okay switching directors, but you need to have one vision. You need to make sure that these directors are on the same page. And to be
yeah.
honest, I don't even know how much Irving Kershner even had in the creative process. I think he was kind of, I assume he was probably just sitting in the chair, just telling people, look, do this shot, do that, being a
Yep,
director.
right. And then the problem on the other hand, you have two boys that think they're men that have different
Mhm.
ideals. And by the way, Kathleen Kennedy, frick you because you allowed this to happen. Moving on, let's get into the short segments. Let's do it. All right, Code, dig out of that wallet and pay that rent, brother. I need you to name me Star Wars characters in alphabetical order, one character for
Okay.
each letter.
One character for each letter. All right, and we're doing first names, right?
First names if they have them. If they have like two names, yeah.
Okay. Okay, so I'll start for A. I'll do Akbar, Mr. Admiral,
Okay.
Aftab. Um, what should we do for B? We'll do well, it's not a character, it's alias, so I'll do Ben Solo. And
Okay.
then for C, give me Cassian Andor. D, give me why am I bugging? Um, wait, why can't I actually think of anyone with the D name?
I can think of a very common. I can think of a very popular character in the Disney era. Very popular.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. Din Djarin. Thank you. Okay. A B C D E. All right. So E. We'll do Egan Kolar because I always forget his name. Um, F. We'll do. I can do anybody. I don't know why it's taking me so long. Um,
I'm trying to think of
I
them.
can name like I can literally name any character, and I'm blanking right now. Um,
I'm trying to think of it
um,
myself. I can't really think of it.
F character.
Hmm.
Um,
Oh, think sequels.
I was trying to, yeah. Oh, Finn. That's pretty
Yep.
easy. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Finn. G. We'll do. I can't do anyone with general because that's not their name. I'll do. Uh, my brain is just exploding today for some reason. Um,
I can think of a Rebels character. A full
I could.
name
I
of a
could.
Rebels character, but they normally go by a
Oh,
shortened
I
name.
know. Yeah. I know what you're talking about. But you know what? Since I don't want to use my brain, I'm gonna use it. Garazeb Aurelius. There we
Yes,
go.
sir.
Uh, A B C D E F G H. We're gonna go with Admiral Holdo.
Yep.
Because that's everybody's favorite character. Um, I will just do any I name. I, I, I can't think of any I names.
Yeah, this one. I think this one's pretty difficult too.
I um IG88.
Yep.
Um J. Um
This one is really simple. You should be able to get this
is it is
fast.
it is is it
There
really
there
simple? Now you're tripping me out.
there's yeah, there's multiple you could use here.
Yeah. Jocasta New.
Okay.
Uh K. Uh Kiadu Mundi. There we go.
Yep.
L Luminara Unduli.
You're halfway there.
M M is
Keep thinking Jedi.
uh whew. Yeah, I'm trying to because that's a good pass. Mace Windu.
Yep.
N we got next. Hmm. There's a lot of N's. I don't know why I can't think of any N's right now. Um. N's. Um.
I'm trying to think of this one too. Yeah.
Uh,
I can think of an obscure Jedi that you see in like one episode of the Clone Wars that dies.
nice.
That
Nice.
is a Mon Calamari.
Oh, dude, it's Kifis' apprentice. I don't know his name. I'm gonna be
Yeah.
honest.
I'll give it to you.
I got it.
Nadar Veb. Yeah.
Nadar Vet. That's his name. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
From
we got
Lego
to
Star
go
Wars
through
through the
it.
Clone Wars.
Yeah, exactly. A B C D E F G H I J K L M N O. We got um Orson Krennic. I don't know why that's the first one that came to
Yes.
mind.
That's a good one. Good pull.
P. We'll just do I don't know. It's like certain ones that just trip me out. Like I can't find any character with a P name.
I can think of a
Um,
Mandalorian character.
yeah, there's multiple actually. I'll do pre Vizsla. I'll be different. I won't say Paz Vizsla.
Yeah.
A B C
I
D F
was
G H J K L
I
M
was
N O
thinking of
P.
Pershing for saying Mandalorian
Oh
character.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Q. We'll do Quinlan Voss. A B C D F
Yeah.
G H J K L M N O P. QRS. QR.
QR.
Um, Ravis.
That was who I was thinking of.
S
Yeah.
S is Shmi Skywalker. T
Okay.
is Terrace Anube.
Good pull.
U A B C D F G H J K L M N O P Q R S T U.
U is this. I think U might be the
Uh,
toughest one. I think U might be the
really.
toughest one. Maybe.
Um, who might be you? Um,
Oh, I know one.
let
There's
me
a
think.
yeah. If you're stuck on it, I'll give you hints.
Yeah, I can't think of one. Um,
There's a Rebels character that we actually found out dies. We found out that she dies during the Night of a Thousand Tears in Ahsoka.
oh, oh, she died in Night of a Thousand Tears. We learned that in Ahsoka. It's a
Yep.
Rebels character. Is this like one of Sabine's family members?
Yes.
Dude, I don't know their names.
What?
Hmm.
Who's the Who's the octopus villain in Little Mermaid minus like a syllable in the name? I don't think you know that either, huh?
You know how I am with names. I can find one. I can find one. Um.
Yeah, I'll give you 30 seconds.
Oh, it's 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 Ursa.
Yes. Good.
All right. STUP. Right. I think I'm on P. We'll do got a lot of P's. Um.
A lot of people.
P P
What?
P.
Wait, why are you on P?
A B C D F G H I J K L M N O P Q R S T
V.
U V. Why did I say P? Um. We're
Good. No,
tripping. We're
passing.
tripping tonight. I can't even do my alphabet, I guess. For V, there's some very specific ones I gotta think of. Um, for like first names, it's kind of difficult. Hmm. No.
You could do last name for
They'd be
this
like,
one.
okay, I'll just say Ventress. I don't
Yeah.
know. Uh, STUV
W.
W. I don't know. I don't even know my alphabet anymore.
Bro is cooked.
I'll I'll just do got W. Wolrif Tarkin. I don't know.
Yes.
I can barely
Wow.
say his first name.
Will have
Um.
Tarkin. Yeah.
Well, yeah. There you go.
X
STU.
we're gonna skip because I don't think there's I
I don't
unless
think
you
there are
want to
any
name
Star
like a
Destroyers.
random droid. I don't think there's a character
Yeah.
that has X. So go to Y.
Um.
You can use
I
last
had
name on
one
this one too.
earlier. I had one for Y. Um.
You can use last name on this one too.
Okay.
Popular voice this
Um.
character.
Uh.
Very
Now
popular voice that you hear on multiple, and I mean multiple episodes of a show. Perhaps almost every
interesting.
episode. You
I was
hear
talking about Bad Batch.
you hear the voice. The voice.
Oh.
Oh, and also there's a very
Um.
obvious one for why. That's like one of the most iconic Star Wars characters of all time.
Wait.
Bro is so cooked. Come on.
Oh! I'm cooked. It's over. It's obviously Yariel Poof, guys.
Okay,
obviously.
sure, you could say him.
Nah,
And then
yeah,
last one is
obviously
Z.
Yoda. I don't know why I couldn't get that. Um, but Z. Oh, Zam Wessel. There you go.
Right, good.
Summer nights can even turn cold. Name me Star Wars characters in alphabetical order.
Oh, nice, creative. Okay, so we do have Asajj Ventress. We have
Yep.
Balin Skull. We have uh Crosshair. We have blah, 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 blah. D is going to
It's not that hard.
haunt me. We got not. I can't say Dinjarin because you already said Dinjarin.
Yeah.
Um,
Any other D's?
yeah. Oh, Dogma. Dogma from the Embara
There
arc.
you go. That's a good
Uh,
pick.
we got Echo. We have uh F. F is gonna kill me. I can't say Finn. That one obviously is the one that comes to mind the most.
Um,
We can say uh Orn Free Ta. I'll go with that.
Orn. I
Orn
don't even know who
Free
that is.
Ta. The Ryloth senator. That gets shot in the head with a bad
And
match,
then
and somehow he
survives.
survives.
He
We
survives, bro.
have Galen Urso. We
Yep.
have Hardcase.
Nice. Good pick.
Uh, we can go ahead and
I.
go with IG-11.
Clever.
Jyn Urso. Oh no, I actually want to save that one.
I
Uh,
did Luminara, by the way.
oh yeah, no, you didn't. You did Ursa. Um, oh wait, no, you use Luminar for L. That's right. Dang.
Yeah.
I was planning on saving that. But I can. I can go ahead and just go to whoever the heck has an L name. Oh, Luke Skywalker. Yeah. uh, M. We can do
Come on.
whoever the
That's
heck has
right
an
there.
whoever the heck has an M name.
Like a key, like rebel.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, Malakili, the Rancor Keeper. Um,
Okay, nice. I was thinking Mon
yeah.
Mothma.
Oh, yeah. And we
Malakili.
can and we can do not no you we can do Joe Costa new.
I
Uh,
said that, by the way.
you just used it for J though, so this one can count.
Oh, you
Uh,
didn't? Oh, you used it for you. Oh, okay.
no, Joe
Or
Costa
N.
new
Whatever.
N.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I
Oh,
meant.
we can do Oddball from from Revenge of the Sith. Shouts to
That's
Kenobi's
crazy.
flight buddy. P, we have Pen Pershing, Dr. Pershing. Q, Kira. Uh, R, we have. Who can we use for R? This should be an obvious one too. Um, this should be a really easy one.
Hmm,
You said Ravis, and that's one I think of
I
because
did.
that's one name.
That's the one I think
Uh,
of immediately.
yeah, yeah. We could do.
Um,
Who has a
oh, there's a
GP?
sequel character. Your favorite one.
My favorite one. No. What? Um, my favorite one.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. I'm not thinking anything.
It's not
What?
about, you know, it's not about fighting.
Oh, Roast Tico, yeah.
Wait, there you
Uh,
go.
S, of course, we have Savaggio Press.
There you go.
T, I could use Roast Tico over this one. But no, I'm not. I'm gonna use Tup. Tup, who
Nice.
executes Order 66 a little too early.
Ah.
Yeah. You, I will use Luminar Unduli. Uh, V, Dryden Voss.
Nice.
W, I will use Waxer. X, I'm not even gonna use because I don't think there's any characters.
Yeah.
Y, Admiral Yularen. That's the hint I
Nice.
was giving you, by the way. Iconic
Oh,
voice. Yep.
yeah.
And then Z, we will do whoever the heck has a Z name. Uh, you use Zam
All
Wessel.
right.
I can't use Zam Wessel. Who the heck has a
I
Z
could
name,
think
man?
of I could think of another one from the sequels that we all love.
Another one from the sequels.
From our favorite movie,
Our favorite movie. Why can I
The
not
Rise
think
of
of it?
Skywalker.
Why can I not think of it? Nobody cares about that
She's
movie.
in Fortnite.
Zori Bliss. Yeah.
There you go. Look at that. Of course you got it on She's in Fortnite.
Sure. We're gonna go back and forth on seeing who can name more Jedi, but we
Oh
cannot use
man.
the same or we cannot use the same answer twice. I will start again. I will start with Terzinu again.
Alright, Cal Kestis.
Seer Junda,
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Jocasta Nu,
Barriss Offee.
Asajj Ventress.
Ahsoka.
We will go with Qui Gon Jinn.
Quinlan Voss.
Let's go with Luminara Unduli.
Ezra Bridger.
Let's do Caden Jarrus.
Yoda.
How about we go ahead and do whoever I'm thinking of? Oh my gosh. Let's do what's his name? Nadar Veb.
Adi Gallia.
Kid Fisto.
Uh, Kiadu Mundi.
Stas Ali.
Obo Rancisis.
Oh, that's a good pool. Dagan Gera.
Mace Windu.
Santari Cree.
Dang it! I was about to say that. Um, Ayla Sakura.
Let's do oh gosh. I was about to say someone, but I had a feeling that you said him already. Let me go ahead and do I'm a Gundai.
Uh, Sindralic.
Oh, that's a good pull. Keller and Beck.
Ooh, that's a good pull too. Ooh, I don't know if we said this. I'm gonna risk it. Shakti.
No. Grogu.
Oh man. Um, Aegon Kolar.
Eve Koth.
Of course, of course. Stacey Tin.
Oh, I'm surprised we haven't said this one. Dooku.
Nice. Um, hmm. I'll go with Dang that now I'm stuck.
We're in the trenches now. Yeah.
I'll do Ray.
Oh, good pull. Good one. I will do Boda Kuna.
Okay, but that's good. That's good. I'll do Gerald to Paul.
I will do Eno Cordova.
Ah, dang it, you did that last game. Um, I will do Trilla.
Oh my gosh, I will do Masana Tide.
Oh, Masada tied. Oh, it's over. Um.
It's Jover.
Oh, Cal Katarn.
Oh my gosh. Um.
Give me that. Might work.
Oh man. Oh man. I think I am cooked. I will go
Dude,
ahead.
my camera's
I'll
out of focus.
I'll go ahead and say this one. Oh, I think I can think of one. Yaddle.
Oof. Ooh, okay. We're deep in it now. We're deep in it. Um. Oh, we haven't said him yet. Can I get Plo Koon?
Oh, nice one. Nice one. Gosh, we're in the trenches.
We
I
are.
think
This
this
is like.
I think this is gonna be the last guess. I have a strong feeling. Have we said Luke Skywalker? I have a
I
feeling
don't
we
know. I
have.
don't think so. I don't think so,
I'm
actually.
not sure. Okay, we'll play it. Sure.
Okay. And then I gotta think of one. Um. Hmm. Man. Man, we're here. We're here. I'll think of. Come on, I'm not losing it here. Um.
I don't know. I think we're both cooked. If you get an insane pull, I think I'm just gonna call it.
Come on. There's somebody. There's somebody that I'm not thinking of. I don't know his name. Never mind. I was gonna say the little youngling, but we're not gonna do that. I think we're done.
I'll put Pietro. Next short we're gonna do is you're gonna do a blind ranking,
Okay.
but this one's gonna be pretty different.
Ooh,
This
all
blind
right. I'm
ranking
down.
is going to be of Smoke's catchphrases.
Ooh. Okay, I'm
Okay.
here for it.
All right, Code. I need you to rank my catchphrases without knowing what comes next.
Let's do it.
First up, he's in the trenches.
That one's a classic. Coming from a white dude from a middle class family. That one is a really, really good catchphrase. We use this one a lot in conversation, even though none of us have either even come close to experiencing the trenches. We love to use this one. This is a great one. But I do think there are better ones. I'm gonna put it. It's two or three for me, but I think I'm gonna have to go three. I'm gonna play it safe.
All right. Next up, I'm trying not to laugh. We
Oh
got
God.
my Wi-Fi cut out.
Yeah, so this one is a classic. It's a reoccurring one that happens quite a lot. You guys don't get to see it, but Smoke's Wi-Fi is pretty cooked. It disconnects like once every 2 weeks while we're recording. Specifically, while we're recording, it always cuts out. Or playing a game or something. Um, that's a great one. That might be two just because of how often it happens. Um, but there are some bangers. There's some bangers in this. Mm, screw it. I'm putting it two.
All right. Next up, we have I'ma keep it a buck.
Oh, that one's fire. That one's so fire. That is it a one though? Is it a one? I don't know. I'm gonna put it at four.
Okay. Next up, we have a new classic. Fellas, welcome back.
Yeah, this one's great, but I think this one doesn't have the it's a newer one. It's relatively new. We've known each other for nearly 4 years. It'll be 4 years this month. We are next month that we've known each other. This one's pretty new. I love it, but it needs time to develop. So it's going five. What's my one?
You saved a great one for number one.
Oh, let's see
Uncle
it.
Ben guest episode when?
Yeah, that's the best one. That is the best
Yeah.
one. So we have a friend named Uncle
Yeah.
Ben, and he
Yeah.
doesn't get on anymore. He doesn't like us.
Shout outs to Ben. I know you. I know you're probably tuning into the episodes
Benjamin,
regularly.
look me
So
in the eyes. Look me in the eyes. We're sending this to you, and you're gonna get on this podcast. All right. All right. We're good.
you can go now.
All right. So since you have such um, decorated, colorful history in this Battlefront franchise, I need you to blind rank me these 5 Star Wars Battlefront 2015 weapons.
Ooh, okay. This is fire.
Starting out, we have the DLT-19.
Oh, this weapon is heat. This weapon
Oh
was
yeah,
nice. And low key, I'm tempted. Cause like there are so many blasters. I know you have like really good ones and then like really trash ones on this list.
yeah.
And I'm trying not to throw this, but I'm going to put this at 2. This one's
Oh
really
man.
good.
All right. That's good. That's good. Next up we have the X8 Night Sniper.
This is at 5. This weapon was trash. This weapon was trash. You would never use this ever. Like not even
Yeah.
night vision. Nobody cared about the night vision. This weapon
Yeah.
sucked. That's going to
Yeah.
at 5 automatically.
Yeah. And I think that was the right choice because I think your list now is going to be pretty close to what you'd want. Next up, I'm going to give you the EE4.
E4 is going at 1. It's going at 1.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. This
EE4 is
weapon
that one?
uh specifically if you guys don't know, pre-patch E4
Oh, it's crazy.
literally broke competitive play to the point where they had to buff the bodyguard trait and they did nerf back to bomb, but they kept it at a steady pace to where EE4 wouldn't melt the thing, where you would gradually gain health rather than like instantly like double your health. But yeah, EE4 was broken. They ended up giving it more spread to where it wouldn't like compete with like long range. That way EE3 became the best gun in the game. But yeah, EE4 was just broken. It was really
Oh,
good.
yeah. Yeah, man, I was like a baby when I played that game, so I wasn't really big into the competitive thing. I mean, obviously you
Yeah,
were, so I didn't really know that, to be honest.
I got knowledge. I got knowledge. Trust.
For real, yeah. Next up, everybody's favorite gun, CA-87.
This gun was this gun is very situational. What you could do with this gun is you could use the focus fire star card to make it like a long range shotgun. That made it like decently good, but it wasn't really good in like a lot of
Oh,
situations.
trash.
But yeah, I'm going to put this one at 4.
That was the right choice, in my opinion. Your number 3 is going to be the EE3.
Okay, I wouldn't expect both of them to be there, but EE3, if I had to say, this list would definitely change if I revised it. EE3 is the best gun in the game. Make no mistake about it. If you're able to use it well, it does take a bit of a skill
Yeah.
curve. But yeah, yeah, that'll be my list.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm not too mad about that. No.
Yeah, it's not terrible.
The last short we're gonna do is we're gonna play a game of guessing scale. What we're gonna do is we are going to make a guessing scale 1 through 10, or no, 0 through 10, 0 through 10. 0 of course being not applicable at all, and then 10 being the answer. We're gonna think of a Star Wars subject. We're gonna give each other 15 guesses, and then whatever number the other person gives sort of indicates whether or not they're on the right track or not. All right, Code. I'm gonna think of a subject, and I have the subject, so
All
you
right.
can go ahead and go. Oh God. Oh oh
Oh, I'm back.
um
I'm
yeah,
back.
you cut out for a second.
I know my whole screen froze. All right.
Yeah.
So, can I get Star Wars games?
0.
0. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Um. Oh. Okay. 0. That should be a
Honestly,
big indicator.
what is it, a 0 or 1? No, I'll give you 0.
Okay.
It's
So
not
it's like
really that
really low.
applicable.
Um.
Yeah.
Can I get Star Wars books?
Think of something else. I can't really do that.
All right.
I got no knowledge.
Oh man. TV shows.
Uh, yeah, like a 7.
Okay. Wow. Um, live action TV shows.
Uh, 2.
Okay. So it has something to do with an animated TV show. Something to do with something. Uh, can I get the Clone Wars animated series?
A 9.
There we go. Can I get the clones?
3 or 4.
Okay. Okay. Can I get the Force?
An 8. An 8, like 8 or 9.
Okay, 8 or 9. Um, can I get the Jedi?
5.
Okay. Okay. Um, hmm. Can I get the dark side? I'll just say that.
A 9.
9. Okay, okay, okay. Um, there's a lot of different ways I could go with this. Um, can I get? I just want to get this off the board. I don't want to have to question this. Can I get Dathomir?
A 9.
Okay, so we're in the right track. Okay. Um, can I get Knight Brothers?
A 9.
Okay, okay. Can I get? Okay, okay.
You really only
Um,
have like a few options
should do
now.
I just guess characters?
I mean, you can guess anything.
Or just it's just things? Okay. Can
It could,
I get?
it
Can
could
I
be
get?
any. It could be any subject.
Yeah. Can I get Zabrak?
A 9.
Okay.
Not really sure how
Um.
that. Not really sure how that differs from Night Brothers, but
Well, I didn't want I didn't want it to be Terran Malika, so um
yeah. Well,
um.
I said 0 for video games, so
Oh,
I
you
mean,
did. I forgot about that. Yeah. Um. Can I get Darth Maul?
and yeah, a 9.
Okay. So it's not him.
It's not
Really
him.
heavily
It's
involved.
the
Then I guess I'll just guess Savage.
10. Correct
There we
answer.
go. Look at that.
Yep.
All right, nice work.
All right.
I gotta get my thing.
Now it's your turn, and then the episode will be concluded. Because I have to make a thumbnail for episode 4 because it is fully rendered
Crazy.
into YouTube. And your camera is blurry.
I had to. I,
Yep.
all right. I'm ready. Go ahead.
Let me start with prequel trilogy.
Um, 5.
5. Interesting. What about Clone Wars?
Uh, 5, 6, 5, 6 area.
Interesting.
Yeah, no, 5, 5,
Um,
definitely 5.
hmm. What about Star Wars Jedi video game series?
8.
Okay, yeah, this is definitely in that. Definitely, if I had to say. Um, Jedi. What about Jedi Survivor?
8.
Hmm. Jedi Fallen Order.
Um, like 8.5.
Okay, so it's more in there.
Actually,
Uh,
you know what? I kind of lied to you. Survivor's like an 8.5, and Fallen Order is like an 8.
oh,
I'll
so
say
it's
that.
more Survivor.
It's more so involved. Yeah.
More so involved. I was gonna guess. Okay, that makes me want to guess Bedlam Raiders, but that's definitely not it. Um, can I get uh It's like included. It's like related to both, but slightly more for Survivor. Huh? What does that make me want to think of? Can I get Oh, what do I want to think about? Can I get Mantis?
Uh, 9.
9, so it's part of Mantis. Can I get what about character?
Like is it a
Like
character? That's what
like
you're
a
asking.
character. Yeah.
Uh, um,
Like 9 being like 9 being it's a character and then like maybe like lower
oh,
like it's involved with the character.
okay. I'm gonna give it like a 1.
Oh, okay, so it's not even. So you said Mantis was a 9, right?
Yep.
Yeah. But it's definitely not a character. Um can I get like a can I get uh what does that make me want to think of? Gosh. Can I get a it's not terrarium because terrarium's not even in Survivor. Gosh, what does that make me want to think of? That's wild. What about what about kitchen?
Like a 4.
Man. Um
I
what about
would.
huh.
There's a
What
couple guesses that if you guess them, you'll start pushing towards it. But I don't think you're thinking like on the same track that I'm thinking.
oh, okay. What about this is something I was thinking about. What about Pyloon's Saloon?
0.
Wow. Dang. I was not cooking there. Um so it's definitely it's nowhere near like Kobo. Like nowhere near that. Um can I get a
This
what a how is Mantis is a 9 has
so this
nothing to do
thing
with the character.
this well yeah okay so this thing heavily involves a specific character from the crew. I'll say that, but it is not a
Oh,
character.
really? Really? Uh Holocron
Um, 1.
involves a specific thing. Oh, what about Workbench?
0.
What is this? You picked something crazy. You picked something insane.
Sorry.
Some
Get
of these
guess one of the characters. Guess one of the characters.
Marin.
9.5.
Okay, that doesn't really get me anywhere. Dathomir.
Um, like a 3.
What does Marin do on the Mantis? Chat? Interaction button? Uh,
Are you actually asking that?
yeah, she kind of just stands there or like stands outside.
Oh man, this is tough. I feel terrible
Oh,
for picking this.
oh, is it the is it the cloaking magic?
9.5.
Then what the heck? Oh, the charm?
Not the
What
like
is this? What
the
is
cloaking
this?
magic. You're so close.
The cloaking magic. What has to do with the cloaking magic if it's not Marin and it's not the charm? The cloaking device?
Oh man.
What is
Oh
this?
man. I led you astray. I shouldn't have picked this.
What is this?
All right.
I'm gonna
I'll
give like
give you.
one more. I'm gonna give like one more
All
guess and
right.
then
All right.
I'm just gonna throw in the towel. Um, I don't even know what to guess. Like, there's nothing I can think of that really has to do with that. Uh, is it ritual? That's my final guess.
Yeah, no, it's dude. What a sad way to end the episode. It was Jedi Battle Scars. It was just the book.
Anyways, guys, that's going to be it for our Ramblers Radio episode 5. We appreciate you guys joining us. Code did not cook with that. I am actually physically upset. Not, I'm not really, but
Hey, my bad, bro.
uh,
I let you down.
yeah. But other than that, if you guys enjoyed the episode, make sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe if you are enjoying consistent content, and if you are on Spotify, give us a rating. We would love to hear your feedback. Other than that, I am Smoke. I have been joined by Code as always. We will see you guys next week. Bye bye.
Bye bye.